The message of Ramakrishna. Well, I was thinking, is there any need to talk? It is very simple. It is as simple as daylight. He has made it clear, his message. There is no second question necessary. There is no scholarship, research is necessary according to me. What is that? We go back to 1st January 1886. Sri Ramakrishna, as you know, was suffering from throat cancer. He was at Kashipur, and these young boys, Narendranath and others were there. Holy Mother was there. One day, when he felt somewhat comfortable, somewhat better, he came down from his room on the first floor and walked in the lawn. The devotees who also used to stay there, who were scattered here and there doing this and that, all sorts of errands, seeing that the master is walking about, they felt very happy and naturally they rushed to him. They rushed to him, they fell down at his feet and begged for his blessings. Under that mango tree, the master stood, and as usual, the intoxicated got intoxicated, of course, not the bottle intoxicated. So the intoxicated man immediately was transported to his higher level, raised his hands, and you remember what he said? He said 2 sentences. God realization or self-realization, whatever language you use, is the goal of human life. 1. 2 is blessings. May you all have divine consciousness. He himself has said in so simple language, no further interpretation by scholars necessary. No commentaries on this. The language is very, very simple. Each one sitting here understands the meaning. God realization is the goal of human life. That is 1 sentence. And blessing, 2nd sentence he uttered, may you all have divine consciousness. He kept quiet. And with these 2 sentences, the devotees who were working here and there, they all got inspired and excited. Some of them started dancing, some of them cried, and of course, some of them could not bear also. It was too much for them. But these young monks, Vivekananda and others, seeing that the master has gone down, they got themselves busy in cleaning the room and all that. They didn't come there. Mother was in her room. So that is the objective. the goal, the message of Sri Ramakrishna. And standing before you with all the experiences that I have with the blessings of the Master in the organization, with the blessings of the Holy Mother, I think it cannot be made any simpler. So this is the message of Sri Ramakrishna briefly. Now the second thing that is to be mentioned is about the Ramakrishna mission. The question may be raised, well, we understand it very much, what we have said. We have read Ramakrishna, we have read the Gospel, we have read his life, we know. But then, how come his messenger, his ambassador, Vivekananda, who had been brought down to earth to work out all that Ramakrishna came to give to the world, started the organization, this Ramakrishna mission. Naturally, it's a big question, and since it's a centenary year, we have to understand it more seriously, analytically, deeply, in every possible way. But if we think deeply, the answer becomes very, very simple as I understand it. It becomes very simple. How? Sri Ramakrishna said God realization or self-realization is the goal. Now, how to do it? That question arises for us. Sri Ramakrishna did not say that God realization is meant only for the monks or nuns. Sri Ramakrishna did not say that God realization is meant only for men or only for women. Sri Ramakrishna did not say that it is meant only for scholars or the quiet type of men. He didn't say that. Sri Ramakrishna never said that it is meant only for those who are the devotional type, the emotional type of people. He didn't say that it is meant only for them. He said it is the goal of human life. So whatever may be your nature, whether you are a scholar or you are a laborer, it doesn't matter. Whether you are a scientist or philosopher, a musician or a literate, it doesn't matter. Whosoever, you are a man, you are a human being, white or black, Eastern or Western. Sri Ramakrishna has not said. He has said goal of human life. So then, Narendranath, to formulate and show the practical way toward the fulfillment of this utterance or directive of Sri Ramakrishna, organized this organization. And he gave the motto, formulated the motto of the organization. Atmano mokshartham jagadhitaya cha. For one's own liberation as well as simultaneously for the good of the world. So many things are in it. I shall go into the detail. It will be my effort to make it as simple as possible. See, Swamiji was not only a spiritual being, but he was a very, very practical leader. Because the Master has said that God realization is the goal of human birth. He has not classified this type of man or that type of man, nothing. If you are born as a man, human being, your goal is God realization. Now, as Narendranath was to implement the command of the Master, he had to study the practical side, and he could immediately see through. Yes, there are different types of men and women. The nature is different. See, there are the rational types who can analyze critically and correctly, and then can choose between the right and the wrong and adopt the right one. That is one type. Juxtaposed to that, there are human beings who are of emotional nature, very emotional, have more sentiment than logic, than reason. There are types of men. This is one class. Then there are those who have very powerful mind. They can control the mind in various ways. And there are the philosophers. Accordingly, Swamiji hit on the plan. The Jnana Yogis, those who have the wisdom to judge between the truth and the false, the right and the wrong, the real and the apparent, all these things. And then he shows the path of knowledge, that is Jnana Yoga. For the emotional type, shows the path of devotion. For those who believe in working, they believe in their muscles. And I can work, give me work. Yes. Go. Do karma yoga. There are people who believe on the psychic power in us. Yes, that is Raja Yoga. There are 4 yogas, paths. But Ramakrishna combined, harmonized all these in him. Vivekananda combined, Holy Mother combined. What a wonderful synthesis of all the powers and qualities in us, all utilized and guided and leading to God, leading to self-realization. No, we have not to make ourselves blind and deaf and lame. No, not like that. We have got eyes. Yes. Bhadram pashyama. I shall see good. Bhadram karane vishrunuyama. I shall hear the good. Everything, see, turned, given the right direction. Nobody is to be condemned. That is Swamiji's word. A prostitute woman at her advanced age, she became very sad, bitter in heart that she had to spend her life like this. She had no peace of mind. Self-condemnation was there. Sometimes she thought she was thinking of committing suicide or something like that. Then she came to know that there is a village woman at such and such address in Calcutta who gives blessings and can give consolation to anyone. So, one fine morning, she had a bath in the Ganges, dressed up cleanly, and then went to Mother's house to see the Holy Mother in Calcutta. So, in those days, going to the Mother was a very difficult job. There were many watching persons, men and women, monks and others. So unknown old lady came. So people were thinking, who is this, what is that. But she was only expressing her anxiety to go to the Holy Mother. Without telling anything about her identity. But then after some time, somehow somebody identified her. And there was a shouting in the Udbodhan house that this unholy, impure person has entered Mother's house. But she won't relent. She will say, no, I shall go and touch the feet of the Holy Mother. She started crying. So there was big noise. So when the noise was there, Holy Mother said, what is going on there? So somebody said it is like this. Oh, don't do like that. Go, get her to me. They all said, Mother, she is like this, she is like this, she is like this. I am the mother of all. I am the mother of all. If Sri Ramakrishna was in ecstasy, yes, he was in ecstasy. But Mother, divinity incarnate. So Swamiji has taken from both Mother and Sri Ramakrishna while organizing the Ramakrishna organization, the mission. Knowing that we are of different calibers. Yes, there may be amongst us men and women who are great intellectual giants who can do spiritual practice in the path of knowledge, rational approach. There are others who will walk the way and reach the destination by loving God, loving everyone, universal love. Yes. There are others who may not be able to do either way. Yes. Obey, work for God. The fourth is this Raja Yogis. Yes, you also have a scope. If you are in the organization, then you have to do like this, like this, like this. But the greatest thing is, there was a time when the conception was, those, particularly those who will become monks or nuns, they will retire to the forest or to the caves, monks or nuns. Swamiji wanted them to be in the midst of the market. Yes, in the open, in the villages, on the roads, everywhere, and practicing all this according to their nature. They will do this, they will do this, they will do that. But he has said the ideal is to harmonize all. Yes, I have got intellect, I shall use my intelligence for something. I have got devotion, yes, we worship. I have got energy to work, I like to work, yes, go. The field of education is there, the field of medical service is there, the relief services are there. In how many ways we can offer service unselfishly, without asking for any return. And what happened as a result? Elevation of the self. I have got energy. Yes, I give, I offer, I dedicate. I do not look back like a beggar. Give me in return something. No. I love you because I love you. I love you because you are my God. You are my God. You are my God. You know, you have heard of the Vaishnavas. Those who, you know the Vaishnavas, those who worship Lord Krishna, Radha and Krishna and all that. They don't take to the path of this knowledge or karma, work, not all that. Only love of Krishna and Radha, worshipping Krishna and Radha, talking Krishna of Radha, like that. Now, there, the Vaishnavas say, Jato jato mano jati tatah tatah param padam. Wherever my mind goes, I find his footprint. I am reminded of one Ramdas Babaji. He used to be sitting almost all the time with closed eyes. He was a Vaishnava sadhu. And whenever somebody will go to him, somebody will announce, Babaji, so and so has come, Babaji, so has come. So he used to be almost always in God intoxicated mood. So after things were announced, he will look, and the first thing will be as if he had a very pleasant surprise of seeing his God. So the sign of joy came. That is, as he opens the eyes, he sees God. As he closes the eyes, he also sees God. So the Ramakrishna mission, Atmano mokshartham jagadhitaya cha, for one's own salvation and for the good of the world, combined, gives an opportunity, opens the door for all different types of men and women to be yoked into the divine mission which will bring good to the world and good to one's own self. That is the Ramakrishna mission. 100 years is really not much. It is just the beginning. Swamiji said in his own language that to fulfill the wish or the mission of his master, that is Ramakrishna's incarnation, he wanted to set in motion a machinery which will work out the great objective of the incarnation of Sri Ramakrishna, and that is this Ramakrishna mission. And Ramakrishna Math also is there, and this is a branch of the Ramakrishna Math, the Vedanta Society or the Vedanta Centers. It is the same principle. According to the need of the people where the center is established, the program of work is organized, but the objective is the same. It has nothing else except God and Godhood. The objective is nothing. There is no miracle or magic here. There are many, we see through the newspapers, many saints or whatever you call, who can work wonders, who can do like this and get you tons of gold or diamonds. No, we don't believe in it. Not only we don't believe in it, as according to the instruction of Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji and all of the direct disciples, they are in such things. If these things come to our life, it will stop our spiritual development if we get attached to these things. It is a pure development of the self, the manifestation of the divinity already in man. That is the religion defined by Swamiji. The divinity is there in each one of us. Agnir jathaiko bhuvanang pravishto rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma rupam rupam pratirupo babhusya. Similarly, Vayu, fire, the power, yes, it is there. It is in the incense stick, it is in the charcoal, it is in electricity. Everywhere, the power of fire, but in different shapes. Wind moves about. In how many ways? But it is the same wind. So, it is the divine, it is God that is everywhere. So the Ramakrishna mission's objective is actually to put God everywhere and dedicate your heart and soul in the way you can. In any way that suits you most, you come, you are welcome. Nobody is denied an opportunity to develop himself, to discover his divine nature, his divinity. Nobody is denied. People of all nature are welcome here, and they get all scope to develop, and God's blessings are there. The ideal is there. Of course, we have to struggle, we have to be steady, but that is the ultimate goal. There is no use reading the scripture to a hungry man. If somebody is hungry, first give him food. If somebody is sick, first give him medicine, let him come up in health. Then talk about the Gita or the Upanishad or the Bible or the Quran afterwards. He is suffering physically, and you are talking of philosophy there. Who will listen to it? So be practical, be realistic. So, the Ramakrishna mission aims at one's own self-realization, or aims at making every individual not only conscious but ultimately fully established in one's own real self, not cut off from the world, but along with the world, carrying the world, serving the world as best as possible. So, this is the message of Ramakrishna I started with, and this is how the Ramakrishna mission is functioning at different levels, in different ways. In so many ways, this service is given without any expectation, without any return. It is a dedication, it is love. And as you practice this, you develop spiritual love, divine love, and you have all the blessings of God. Thank you very much for your patient hearing, and excuse me for my very weak presentation of such very important subject, and probably we expected that, oh, he has come from Belmont, he is the vice president and all sorts of things, but all are not same, in every way. He is a speaker, he is a learned man, there are others here amongst you, there are so many here sitting, I could see here and there, but you must congratulate me that even then, yes, you here, you must congratulate, even then I have the boldness, the courage to stand before you and talk to you. Thank you.